A magnetic pull seems to stand between you and the life you envision, yet it does not come from outside. It's the grip itself. The effort to manage every outcome, orchestrate every detail, and control your personal growth forms a resistant current. And paradoxically, the universe pauses instead of flowing. He had everything structured. Morning rituals of gratitude, practiced visualizations, minute-to-minute agendas. Yet every step weighed heavier, the breakthrough forever near, but never arriving. The deeper truth eventually surfaces, quietly yet irrefutably. Forcing the universe into your design only makes it resist. This is the paradox of control. The more you tighten your grip, the more life slips around you. What feels like willpower is really tension disguised as strength. When you signal, "I must keep this together," the field reflects it back. Not motion, but standstill. Not flow, but strain. Not miracles, but repetition of the same stuck theme. Why does this occur? Two hidden energetic laws are always at play. First, the nervous system perceives control as survival urgency. It whispers danger and contracts. At the same time, the quantum field receives the vibration you emit, not the carefully polished words you use. And if that vibration beneath your words is tight, pushing, anxious, the field matches it. Second, control severs alignment. You may genuinely long for expansion, healing, or breakthrough, but the signal beneath your effort is bound to fixing what seems broken. And quantum principle holds true. What you resist persists. That resistance is not outside you. It is your frequency, and it mirrors the very patterns you wish to dissolve. No amount of spiritual hustling cuts that loop. Because in essence, control is not mastery. It is fear. And if fear is the vibration you project, reality returns it. The solution is not more method. It is a shift in posture from forcing change to allowing it. From clutching the wheel to permitting the journey. From commanding life to declaring softly, "I trust what wants to unfold." Surrender here is not defeat or giving in. It is the still knowing that what is meant to emerge aligns once we stop battling the present. That is the frequency of true creation. From here, we explore how surrender is not laziness, but the most potent activation of possibility. How release opens the path that control hides. How miracles form not through force, but through resonance. So pause now and feel this truth. Control is not bravery. It is resistance. And only in letting go of fixing does flow, your native state, return. There is an energy that transforms everything. Not strictness, not pressure, not rigid will, but release. Release is not weakness. It is radical faith. It is stepping back, not stepping out. It is remembering that life is not a puzzle forced together by will, but a river aligned through yielding. Not because you stop trying, but because you stop blocking. Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches that intention, though vital, is incomplete without surrender. Intention provides shape to desire, while surrender breathes life into it. When intention sharpens clarity, surrender softens energy. The field responds only when both meet. Vision paired with presence. Without that softness, desire collides with tension that resists the very flow you seek. The marriage of intention and surrender is not passive. It is alchemy, mind directing what you want, heart embodying it as already yours. The field does not react to urgency. It reacts to alignment. If your frequency carries anxiety, even spiritual anxiety, it overrides your clarity. The universe reflects not the dream, but the deeper message of "I must control." Quantum observation teaches us measurement shapes outcomes. But here, it is not only seeing, it is how you see that counts. Looking with clenched fists collapses possibility into forms echoing tension. Looking with open arms, calm heart, clear mind allows reality to form around resonance, not demand. Imagine this holding a butterfly. Clutch too tightly, you crush its wings. You still hold it, but beauty dies. Open your hand and it lands by grace. That is release. Not strangled control, but calm openness, where what you seek comes with ease. When you realize control doesn't invite flow, release does. You reclaim creation's rhythm. You stop battling the current and begin moving with it. You see miracles arrive not because you forced them, but because your vibration aligned with what was already forming. Bring this into your life. Maybe you've scheduled affirmations, timed meditations, planned intentions. Yet underneath, compulsion hums. Release doesn't erase purpose. It erases the belief you must earn worthiness. That is the shift from I must fix to I allow wholeness. And in that allowing, resonance transforms. This isn't a final solution, but an invitation. Let the mind hold vision. Let the heart hold trust. Release the strain between them. Let your inner world be sanctuary, not battlefield. That sanctuary radiates frequency, and the field responds to frequency, not performance. When embraced deeply, releases both seed and harvest. It begins and completes. You need not discard your dreams. You reclaim alignment. You need not rush transformation. You slow into it. You need not command miracle timing. You welcome its timing by being resonance. In the next stage, we'll uncover how even subtle spiritual resistance fuels the opposite of your desire. You'll see how fixing creates friction and how shifting into invitation creates coherence. But pause now, ask yourself, what part of me still tries to control reality when it only needs to align? Eventually, you see resistance is not just response. It fuels what you oppose. You try molding life, emotions, self-image. But resistance as control, perfectionism, or criticism becomes your broadcast, and the field echoes it. This loop, subtle yet powerful, is where seekers stay stuck. Resisting an experience feeds it energy. The resisting mind scans for flaws, missteps, or dangers. That vigilance conducts signal into the field, amplifying limitation. Science calls it observer bias. Traditions call it anchoring patterns into form. Each time you insist, I must fix, you encode your field with not enough. Dispenza speaks to this. The harder you manipulate outcomes, the more you confirm lack of control. That hidden conflict misguides the field. Your heart may whisper trust, but your body still braces for mistrust. The result is energetic interference. The orchestra of self-off key. The field responds not to intention but to discord. This is why many seekers drop vibration. They learn affirmations, rituals, language, yet energy stays rooted in survival. They hold the story, I'm not enough unless I prove it. And the field reflects story, not hope. But transformation begins here. When you name resistance as pattern, not failure, you free yourself. You stop equating struggle with progress. You feel breath's depth, softness beneath armor, harmony under noise. The shift is profound. You stop fixing energy by force and instead allow alignment through presence. You stop wrestling the mirror and invite a new reflection. So how to begin? Start here. I do not need to resist what is. Not resignation, but clarity. It is willingness to be here, then gently invite what you long for. This is merging, not modifying. Inviting, not enforcing. Resistance is not absence of action, but misaligned action. Action sourced from fear repeats itself. You cannot outfight resistance. You dissolve it by tuning into resonance. And resonance opens new timelines. In the next chapter, we'll see how the identity of fixing repeats old stories, and how shifting from fixing to frequency unlocks what was always waiting. But for now, rest here. The universe is not adversary. It is your canvas, and your energy is the brush. You realize effort is not the anchor of reality. Energy behind effort is. You've tried fixing habits, mending ties, tweaking life, but change avoids force. The field avoids pressure. Intuition avoids strain. When you focus less on fixing and more on being, layers drop away. Trying to control tells the universe something must change, and energy obeys belief. But perhaps it's not about redrawing maps, but tuning the signal. The frequency you send doesn't carry command. It carries trust. In surrender, you recalibrate from struggle into coherence. Dispenza calls it the union of intention and surrender. Intention sparks clarity. Surrender softens energy. This isn't passive. It is letting heart meet vision without force. It is planting seeds with focus, letting the universe water them unseen. Stuck in fixing, you recycle emotions. You think effort will solve all. Beneath, the story hums, I'm not enough. Even devotion can become judgment disguised as ritual. Shift doesn't come by effort, but by softening. By refusing to manage every outcome, you change vibration, and the field mirrors vibration. This shift births synchronicity, clarity, presence. You stop pushing miracles. You become the signal they align to. Dropping the tension to fix, life shapes to resonance. Doors open, words align, chances appear. Not from manipulation, but coherence. This change resists force, embraces flow. Rivers don't climb upstream. They move where guided. Likewise, timelines shift not by strain but by soft alignment. So step into frequency of enoughness, not earned by action, but but known within. Let intention chart, surrender soften, when coherent life echoes back. Say now I release control and align. Next we'll explore surrender as magnetism. You'll see the unseen force of letting go and how inner resonance powers creation. There is a depth of stillness that outshines effort. Not gentler control, but new being. This is surrender's stillness, paradoxically your strongest magnet. When you stop resisting, the current no longer detours, but flows through. Stillness is not frozen. It is presence. It is quiet mastery. It is when coils of must finally unwind, and you know life doesn't need pushing. It needs space. In stillness alignment arrives, energy shifts, opportunities appear without knocking. Dispenza describes it perfectly. The balance of intention and surrender is tightrope. Intention guides, surrender opens. Together, coherence sings, one signal into the field, resonating creation itself. Think of humming, strain in throat fractures tone. Relax and sound carries clear, full across space. Stillness is your signature. It radiates clarity, not tension. Without it vibration circles in doing, even dressed spiritual. But surrender doesn't erase vision. It clarifies its path. It doesn't limit reach. It expands resonance. In surrender, you no longer chase results. You become the vessel through which they exist. Quantum possibilities exist already. What shifts them into form is coherence. Presence free of struggle collapses waves into reality. The universe doesn't invent your dream. It shapes itself to the design of your alignment. Letting go is not defeat. It is yielding to what already flows. It isn't killing desire. It is releasing struggle around it. Desire is a star. Surrender the sky. No stars shine. Without surrender, brilliance fades. Rest now. Still, become the field. No life supports you not by push, but by allowance. Trust timing without rush. Trust unfolding without grip. The universe responds not from duty, but recognition. In surrender, wonder replaces strain, trust replaces will, stillness replaces effort, and reality bends to new frequency. In closing, we return not to destination, but to becoming. Truth, you were never broken, only unfolding, now unfolding flows. We were taught life is fixing flaws until good enough, but perhaps that belief was resistance, not resilience. Maybe no part of you is broken, only becoming. The shift is not fixing, it is remembering. Remembering that growth unfolds not by grinding but by surrender. You find this in stillness. When doing ends, being begins. When not enough quiets, wholeness hums. That hum is your signature. It reminds you wholeness was always here. You were never lacking. You were unfolding into resonance. In quantum view, all you seek already lives in possibility. Your desire calls it. Your feeling collapses it. You do not fix yourself into it. You relax into it, through coherence, not control. That is the return, when you stop resisting reflection, when you stop strategizing and instead align, let go. Release force, let the field respond to clarity. Dispenza calls this living as if, not pretending, not denying, but embodying your next self now, even as daily life continues. Living as if rewires nervous system through repetition. The more you embody vibration, the faster reality harmonizes. Outside doesn't need change yet, inside does. You are not building better self. You are remembering frequency already real. Alignment reshapes all around. Without force, people, ideas, chances ripple from coherence. Gratitude then shifts. Not gratitude for gains, but gratitude for alignment. Not happy because you achieved, but achieving because you're happy. The universe does not respond to fixes. It responds to frequency. Closing now, you were never broken, only evolving into alignment. You are not behind. You are perfectly timed by soul. If this resonates, carry it forward. Let your breath, choices, moments ripple with this knowing. If you'd like a guide to return to this frequency, see the ebook Awaken Your Quantum Power in the pinned comment. Not as tool, but as companion. Not a path to what's next, but reminder of what's here. Because becoming was never a distance to travel, but a heartbeat returning you home.